All right. Hi, everyone. I am joined by Amy Ruggieri again. And it's been so long, Amy. It's like it's been like a month since we've recorded, and that's too long. Um, but thanks for joining. So I'm going to let Amy introduce herself quickly, but I just wanted to start by saying this is an introduction to what Amy and I are going to be doing over the next probably couple of months, I imagine. It's going to be about a 4-part series, and they're all going to be related to each other, and we're going to talk a little bit more about it, but I just wanted to throw that out there now to make sure folks are listening and to make sure you continue to listen throughout this quick video, because we're going to have some exciting news of the series that we're doing. So Amy, you want to introduce yourself and tell folks who you are?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Amy Ruggieri. I operate the Ruggieri Group with my husband, Bob. We've been in business together for 15 years. And what we do is we specialize in normalizing the money conversation through teaching financial literacy and financial planning. So essentially, we're financial planners with an added bonus of you get to feel more confidence and in control because now you understand what you're doing with your money and you have a plan and you have a direction. And so we have a lot of fun doing what we do and teaching money. So thanks for
Great.
having me, Rachel.
Awesome. Yeah. Her Facebook group, the Smart Money Moves, the Ruggieri
Smart
group,
money moves.
is great. It's a really great platform. Yeah, I'm Rachel. I'm a financial wellness coach. My business is Effortless Budgeting. And I work with folks on getting their finances sort of organized and feeling more confident and comfortable in where they are putting their money. Okay, so Amy and I are really excited to share that we are going to be doing a 4-part series, which will probably consist of 8 different short videos, all about relationships and finances. Yes. And why this is so exciting is because it is such an integral part of having a positive or a not so positive relationship, right? And this can be any kind of relationship, but we're probably going to be talking more of the love relationship. But money is the #1 reason for arguments and breakups. In my sort of opinion, although I think it's accurate, is that it's actually not the money that is causing the tension. It is the lack of communication around the money. So Amy and I are going to be talking a lot about that. So Amy, you want to kind of tell what we're going to be starting with, what the first sort of group is that we're going to be starting?
Yeah, so we're going to start with talking to people who are brand new relationship. We just started dating. I've seen you a couple times. I kind of like you. We think we're heading in the right direction. We're going someplace. And how do we have that really super awkward money conversation of just, hey, what do you think about this stuff? And what does that look like? So that's going to be the first one we'll do.
Yep. And we're gonna break it down, thinking to do one video will be why would I even bother talking to this new person that I don't really know well, but I do really like and think maybe that's going somewhere. Why would I talk about it now? And then also how, then how do I get there? Because you just said, Amy, it can be awkward in really any stage of life, but especially when you're just starting out. So, hey, what are your finances look like? It's not like a typical,
right.
thing that a lot of people talk about. Yeah, so we're going to start with those new relationships that are just getting started. Then we're going to move into the next phase of that. So for folks who are just talking about moving in together, talking about maybe getting engaged or getting married, that sort of next step. So maybe you're not quite married yet, but you're getting to that point where you're like, I think we should move this to maybe living together and sharing those bills. So again, that's going to be a why should you even talk about it? And then also how to get there and start talking about it. And then the third stage, Amy is much more familiar with this third stage than I am, because I am child-free, but Amy has children. So you want to tell us a little bit about the third stage we're going to talk about?
Yeah. So the third one will be we're planning to have a baby or we've had a baby. And what does that look like? That's obviously those of you who have children, it is a whole nother conversation. Your world kind of gets a little turned upside down as you realize that this new tiny human is going to change the way that you look at money. And I really think it changes the maturity that you have about money too.
Mm,
So that's maybe another little piece of what is that going to look like? Because there's a lot of things, you know, education and sports and extracurriculars and all the things that you've got to figure out. Where do you have that balance? So,
hmm. Oh
yeah.
yeah, when I work with my clients, you know, that have kids, I'm always like, oh my gosh, yes, like we got to think about this and we got to think about that. And they go on school trips and there's just a lot. And obviously when they're babies, it's less. The older they get,
Significantly.
the more money that is happening. So yeah, and this is for folks too that are having natural babies or adopting kids. Like it's all the same. You're adding to your family. And so that's a critical place to have some of those money conversations. And then the fourth stage we're going to talk about is folks that are maybe like 50s, 60s, their kids have maybe moved out or they don't have kids or whatever. And they're maybe nearing that or at least thinking about in the future of retiring. And you know, and some of those folks maybe have never talked about money, or maybe they just haven't had that conversation for a long time. You know, kids move out and they're kind of like, they just get complacent and they don't really think about it. But again, we're going to talk about why should you have that conversation, and then how, because that also can be a little uncomfortable if you've just been with somebody for that long and it's just been a long time since you've had that conversation, or you've literally never talked about it before. So four stages, likely 8 videos. Brand new relationships, the how or the why, and then the how. The next stage of maybe moving in together, probably, the why and the how. And then that having kids, either we're about to, or we're thinking about it. And then, you know, the little bit later in life, once the kids are out, or once, you know, you're 50s, 60s, and you're getting to that next stage. We're really excited because it's just like, I'm very passionate about working with couples myself. And I think Amy feels the same way. Because I want, you know, I just want to help people feel more comfortable having those conversations. I mean, my mission for my business is to help couples feel more comfortable having those money conversations and help individuals feel more confident in their money choices. And sometimes it is you starting with yourself and feeling more confident before you have those conversations with your partner. But I'm really passionate about it and I'm really excited to get started.
It's going to be so fun.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so you guys need to keep circling back. We'll try to do this quickly. I know I think both of us have some trips coming up, but we'll try to do it quickly, and get some information out there for folks to listen to, and we'll be posting it on YouTube. I guess we can go through that now. Like Amy,
budgeting, yeah. So
yeah.
you'll have it on yours. I'll have it on mine on Smart Money Moves. Dash the Ruggieri group. If you're not already a member, that is a private group. I would be glad if you just look me up, Amy Ruggieri. I would be glad to invite you into the group, to be able to follow videos there.
Great. So she'll post them there. Effortless Budgeting on Facebook. I also have on Instagram, but you know, these are too long to post there. So, but I'll post them on Facebook and then my YouTube, which is under Effortless Budgeting as well. So we look forward to seeing folks in the future, maybe having some comments or some things that you all have experienced around having these conversations with your partner would be really awesome. And yeah, and any questions also, like, feel free just to comment and we'll get back to you guys hopefully soon.
Awesome. See
All
ya.
right. Bye.